This is my BMW K75. It's the 1987 model. 740 cc's of throbbing power, roughly 74 brake horsepower. Today I'm going to change the oil pressure sender. The oil pressure sender is at the bottom of the bike at the front, and this is the combined water oil pump, and this is the sender, and you can see that mine is really rusty. This has been on the bike more than 20 years. I've never changed it and I've never taken it off. This just slips off, and there's the connector, which is lovely and bright and clean, and that should just pull off like that. And we need to get a socket on this to undo it. But what worries me is it's been in there so long that it's just going to ring off. That's the replacement unit. It came from Motor Bins, cost roughly 10 quid. You have to make sure you get the right one. You don't know if you can see that's marked Italy, and it's got part numbers on it, 05219J. Do not buy a cheap Chinese crap one, because it will not work and it will probably damage your bike. So you need a 24mm socket. I'm expecting some oil to come out, so I've got a drip tray, and I've already put copperies on the threads of the new one, and hopefully the old one will come straight out. Well, amazingly, that needed almost no force to undo it, and it's just undone. See all the bits of dirt dropping out around it. Now, I am expecting oil to come out. Get the other one back in as quick as you can. Right, that's in. Now the oil is much blacker than I was thinking it was going to be, so it might be time for an oil change. Obviously this needs to be tightened up. The sensor has a crush washer, so you must do it up so that you've crushed that down. So obviously it doesn't have to be done up too tight. Gently does it, just to the point where it's binding, which is there, and no more. Don't want to strip the thread. That just pops back on, and before I put this cover on, I'll clean all this oil off. This is the one that I've just taken off, and you can see how badly corroded that is, and that's just from over the winter, from not using the bike and keeping it inside. This is at least 20 years old. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the original unit, so it has fared really quite well. Even the head is corroded, but as far as I could tell it was still working. I just had the time to put in a new one, and as they're only 10 quid, I think it's probably a good thing to do. Just checking the oil sight level. Now it needs to be between that dot and the top, and I always have it right to the top, because then if you put it on the side stand, that will drop to the middle. Just check that the warning light is working. So that's the battery light, neutral, brake light. So hopefully this should flash up when I start the bike.